Welcome to my presentation on establish the relation between TBM data and ground conditions. I am Ela Bora, pursuing Masters in Technology in Tunnel Engineering from MIT World Peace University. My research work is under the guidance of Professor Dr. Sandeep Potnis and Mr. Nandan Kumar. These are the content of my presentation. As we know that tunnel boring machine performance has a significant impact on scheduling the project and the cost. The most important parameter that affect the machine performance are the engineering geological property and the TBM performance parameter. In this paper, after the brief description of engineering geological property of MMRCL3 package 2 4-kilometer twin tunnel project from CST to Mumbai Central, after that, then the correlate the rock type with the operating parameters and the performance parameter. To aim to establish the relation between geological parameters and the machine parameters is to experience the client and contractor in the project with a similar geological condition. The objective of the research is to find out how the different rock type varies with the TBM operating and the performance parameter, and to find out the relation between geological parameters and the machine performance parameters. These are the 9 parameters which I have worked on. First is the advance rate. Advance rate is calculated in a meter. Advance rate is nothing but how much advance is done on a daily basis. Second is a penetration rate. Penetration rate is calculated in a mm per rpm. So the how much penetration is it done per day and per the rain. The third parameter is the utilization factor, that is measured in a percentage. So how much utilization is done on a daily basis in hour or per rain. So the fourth parameter is the RQD, that is a rock quality designation. Then the fifth parameter is the UCS. The sixth parameter is the thrust cylinder total force. The how much thrust is required for the TBM in a rock class 2, rock class 3, and rock class 4, which are denoted in a kilonewton. The cutter head rotation speed, which is calculated in a per minute, how much cutter head rotation speed is taken in per minute. Then the cutter head total torque, which are denoted in a kilonewton per meter, and next is the thrust speed average. The geology encounter along the tunnel alignment is very strong, igneous and sedimentary rock. The rock encounter along the tunnel alignment is fresh fine grained, strong and light grade basalt, that is a class 2 rock, fine grade moderately strong basalt with this intercalation of the crystalline quartzite and the shale band, that is a class 3 rock, and the fine grade weak to moderately strong basalt with the thick band of the shale, that is a class 5. As you can see in this figure, at the Chainage 4527, the rock encounter is rock class 2, that is a basalt. And as you can see in this diagram, from Chainage 5625 to 5726, the rock encounter is weathered shale. As you can see in this diagram, these are the geology along the upline tunnel alignment, and this diagram is represented the geology along the tunnel downline tunnel alignment. So as you can see in this diagram and this diagram, the geology varies from the ring number, and you can see in this diagram the percentage of rock class 3 and the percentage of rock class 2 is very high as compared to rock class 4. And in this diagram, the rock class 3, the percentage of rock class 3 is very high as compared to rock class 2 and rock class 4. The total upline parameter, as I mentioned previously on a slide, there are 9 parameters. So the first parameter is the penetration rate. Penetration rate is nothing but how much penetration is done per day. As here we are taking the ring number, that is how much penetration takes place per the ring. So as you can see in this diagram, the penetration rate is very less in rock class 2. As you can see, it goes up to 0 to 15 mm. It goes up to 0 to 15 mm. As you can see, it goes up to 15 mm. In rock class 3, the penetration rate is goes and represent up to 15 to 25. As you can see here, it goes up to 25 to 20 to 25 in rock class 2. And the rock class 3, in the rock class 3, the penetration rate is very high, As you can see, it goes up to 25 to 35. So the penetration rate is very less in rock class 2, but in rock class 3 and rock class 4, the penetration rate is very high. The second parameter is advance rate. As you can see in this figure, the advance rate in rock class 2 is very less. It goes up to 0 to 7 meter. It goes up to 0 to, I guess, 7 meter. And in rock class 3, it goes up to 7 to 15 meter. So the advance rate is very high in rock class 3. And in rock class 4, the advance rate is as comparatively high with respect to 2 and 3. It goes up to 15 to 25 meter. It goes up to 15 to 25 meter. So the advance rate is very high in rock class 4 and rock class 3 with respect to rock class 2, but in rock class 2 the advance rate is very less. The third parameter is the utilization factor. As you can see, the utilization factor is very high in rock class 2. It goes up to 70 to 90%. In rock class 3, it goes up to 50 to 70%. And in rock class 3, it is very less. It goes up to 0 to 50%. So the utilization factor is very less in rock class 4. Next parameter is the thrust cylinder total force. As you can see in this diagram, in the rock class 2, the thrust cylinder total force is goes up to 16,000 as compared to the rock class 3 and 4. In rock class 3, the thrust cylinder goes up to 6,000 to 10,000, very less as compared to rock class 2. And in rock class 4, the thrust cylinder goes up to 66,000, as you can see in this diagram. It goes up to 6,000. So the thrust cylinder total force is very high in rock class 2 as compared to rock class 3 and 4. The next parameter is the thrust speed average. As you can see in this diagram, the thrust speed average is very constant in rock class 2 and 3. It goes up to 30 to 40 and 40 to 50 in rock class 3 and 4. But in rock class 2, it is less. The average value of thrust cylinder force in rock class 2 is very less. It goes up to 0 to 30 per minute. So the thrust speed average in rock class 2 is very less as compared to rock class 3 and 4. The next parameter is the cutter head rotation speed. As you can see in this diagram, the cutter head rotation speed of the rock class 2 is very good. It goes up to 3.5 to 5 per minute. It goes up to 3 to 5 per minute. And in rock class 3 and rock class 4, it is very less as compared to rock class 2. In rock class 3, it goes up to 1.5 to 1.5 to 3.5. As you can see, it goes up to 3.5. And in rock class 4, it goes up to, it is very less in that, it up to 0 to 1.5. So the cutter head rotation speed is very less in rock class 3 and in rock class 4. Next parameter is the cutter head total torque. As you can see in this diagram, in rock class 2, the cutter head total torque value is very less. It goes up to 2000 only. And in rock class 3 and rock class 4, the cutter head total torque is very high. It goes from the 2000 to 3000 kilonewton for rock class 3, and for the rock class 4, it is very high. It goes up to 5000. So the cutter head total torque is very high in rock class 3 and 4. The next parameter is RQD. As you can see in this diagram, the RQD value for the rock class 2 is very high. It goes up to 75 to 90. And rock class 3, in rock class 3 and rock class 4, the RQD value is very less. It goes up to 50 to 75 for rock class 3, and it goes 25 to 50 for rock class 4. So RQD value is very less for rock class 3 and 4. The next parameter is UCS. As you can see in this diagram, the UCS value for the rock class 2 is very high as compared to rock class 3 and 4. These are the summary of the upline result. As you can see, these are the 9 parameters and how they varies in a rock class 2 and rock class 3 and rock class 4. So these are the result for the upline parameters. Similar way, I have worked for the downline parameters too. So I got the same result for the upline and downline parameters. Upline correlation. To find out the correlation between TBM data and the ground condition, During the study, it finds that the penetration rate has a great adoption. So I use penetration rate to find out the correlation between the TBM data and the ground condition. So the first correlation is the thrust cylinder total force and the penetration rate. As you can see in this diagram, with increasing the penetration rate, the thrust cylinder value it goes decreasing. As you can see in this, with increasing this value, the thrust value is also increasing. To validate this result, I use the correlation and regulation analysis. As you can see in this diagram, with decreasing the penetration rate, the value of thrust cylinder is increases. The next correlation is the thrust speed average and the penetration rate. As you can see in this diagram, with increasing the thrust speed average, the penetration rate is also increasing. To correlate, to validate this result, as you can see in this diagram of the correlation and regression analysis, with increasing the value of penetration, the value of thrust speed average is also increases. You can see in this diagram, the next correlation is the cutter head rotation speed and the penetration rate. With increasing the value of penetration rate, the cutter head rotation value goes decreases, as you can see in this diagram. To validate this result, we have the second diagram of the correlation and regression. As you can see, with decreasing the value of cutter head rotation speed, the value of penetration rate is increases. So the cutter head rotation speed and the penetration rate are inversely proportional to each other. The next correlation is the cutter head total torque and the penetration rate. As you can see in this diagram, with increasing the cutter head total torque, the penetration rate is also increases. As you can see here also, with increasing the value, the cutter head rotation speed is also increases. To validate this result, we have the correlation and regressional graph. As you can see, with increasing the cutter head total torque, the value of penetration rate is also increases. The next correlation is the RQD and the penetration rate. As you can see in this diagram, with increasing the value of RQD, the penetration values goes decreasing. As you can see here, the value of RQD is very less, but the penetration value is increasing. So as you can see, the RQD and penetration values are inversely proportional to each other. You can see here also the penetration value is very less, but the RQD value is very high. To validate this result, we have the correlation and regressional graph. As you can see, with the increasing value of RQD, the penetration value goes decreasing. So this RQD and penetration rate are inversely proportional to each other. The next correlation is UCS and penetration rate. As you can see in this diagram, the UCS value is increasing but decreasing the penetration rate. We can see here the value of UCS is very less, but the value of penetration rate is very high. So the UCS and penetration rate are inversely proportional to each other. To validate this result, we have this correlation and regressional graph. So you can see here the value of UCS is very high, but the value of penetration with the decreasing value of penetration rate. So this both values are inversely proportional to each other. These are the result which I have got from the upline result. You can see with this value we got the coefficient of the regression, that is a coefficient, that is a R. You can see the minus value represent the both value are inversely proportional to each other, and the plus value represent they both are proportional to each other. So these are the third validation for the result. This is a coefficient of regression. For the downline correlation, so the first parameter is the thrust cylinder total force and the penetration rate. As you can see in this diagram also, with increasing the penetration rate, the thrust value is decreasing. As you can see, here the value of penetration rate is very less, but the value of thrust cylinder is very high. So the thrust cylinder total force and the penetration are inversely proportional to each other. As you can see in this graph also, to validate the result, you can see the thrust cylinder total force is very high. With increasing the value of thrust cylinder total force, the value of penetration rate goes to decreases, as you can see here. uh, so the next correlation is the thrust speed average and penetration rate. As you can see, With increasing the thrust speed average, the value of penetration rate is also increases. So the thrust speed average and penetration are proportional to each other. To validate this result, as you can say here also, with increasing the value of thrust speed average, the penetration rate is also increases. The next correlation is the cutter head rotation speed and the penetration rate. As you can see, here the penetration rate value is very less, but the cutter head rotation value is very high. As you can see here also, the value of penetration rate is very high, but the cutter head rotation speed is very less. So this graph is represent that the cutter head rotation speed and the penetration rate are inversely proportional to each other. This result also we getting in this the correlation and regression graph. With increasing the value of cutter rotation speed, the value of penetration rate goes to decreases and it goes up to 35. So the value so the cutter rotation speed and the penetration rate are inversely proportional to each other. Correlation is the UCS and penetration rate. As you can see in this diagram, with increasing the UCS value, the penetration value goes the decreases. As you can see here also, the penetration value is very less, but the UCS value is very high. So this graph indicates that the UCS and penetration rate are inversely proportional to each other. To validate this result, as you can see here also, with increasing the value of UCS, the value of penetration goes to decreases. These are the downline correlation result. As you can see, these are the six parameters. Uh, First parameter is the thrust cylinder total force and the penetration rate. The coefficient and correlation, that is R coefficient, is minus 0.79. This minus value is represent that this both values, that is a thrust cylinder total force and the penetration rate, are inversely proportional to each other. So these are the result for the downline result. During the study, it's shown that the coefficient of the correlation, that is a correlation and the regression analysis, are the very useful for the validate the results, and they have the best adoption to validate the results. This empirical formulas, which we can also use to calculate to find out the correlation between these factors, the thrust cylinder total force and the penetration rate. The conclusion of this research indicates that the ROC-class 2, ROC-class 3 and ROC-class 4 is varies with the penetration rate, advance rate and the utilization factor with the thrust cylinder total force and the thrust speed average. There is a logical and meaningful relation between engineering geological parameters and the machine performance parameter. After the use of the correlation and the regression for the upline and downline parameters, the coefficient values for the upline parameter, we get that R is equal to minus 0.43, 0.28, minus 0.56, 0.35 and so on. For the downline, we got the R value are minus 0.79, 0.069 and 0.74, so on. During the study, it's shown that the correlation to regression analysis are the better adoption to validate the result, and the penetration rate has the better adoption with the thrust cylinder total force, cutter head total torque, and the cutter head rotation speed. Thank you. I would like to thank SYTA, ITAYM, and TAYM for this opportunity. Thank you so much.